A few days ago, I got a call from a close friend. He had just become a father, and his newborn baby was only a few weeks old. With emotion in his voice, he said, "Bro, I want to start investing $500 every month for my son's future, so that by the time he turns 20, he has a solid foundation to stand on." I smiled and said, "That's a beautiful goal, but where do you plan to invest?" He replied, "I'm thinking about using DCA, putting money into index funds every month. But to be honest, I don't fully understand how DCA works. I've just heard it's safe, and I'm scared. What if the market crashes halfway through?" That conversation stayed with me because it's not just his question, it's everyone's question. We all wonder, what if I lose money? What kind of returns can I really expect? What if I need the money before 20 years? How safe is this strategy? These aren't silly doubts, they're real fears that stop most people from taking the first step. That's exactly why I made this video, to break it all down in simple words, to show you that you don't need to be a financial expert to build wealth. You just need a system that works and the patience to stick with it. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to get rich slowly, steadily, and surely using just two powerful tools: DCA and compounding. And I promise, you'll wish someone had taught you this in school. Before we dive in, I want to say this. If you've ever thought about investing but felt confused, nervous, or overwhelmed, you're not alone. Most people feel the same way when they start. You might be wondering, what exactly is DCA and how does it work? How much money can I realistically have in 20 or 30 years? What if the market crashes when I need the money the most? Is it better than just keeping cash in the bank? What if I can't invest every single month? Do I need to be some finance expert to make it work? And the question that almost everyone asks deep down, can I really get rich, slowly, safely, and without losing sleep at night? In this video, I'm going to answer all of these questions, clearly, step by step, in a way that's easy to understand even if you've never invested a single dollar before. So stay with me till the end, because once you understand this one simple strategy, you won't just understand how to grow your money, you'll start thinking about money completely differently. So, let's answer all your doubts, just like I explained to my friend who wanted to invest for his newborn son. First, what exactly is DCA? It's one of the simplest and smartest ways to build long-term wealth. No complex strategies, no constant market tracking, and no stress about when to invest. Here's how it works. You choose a fixed amount of money, say $500, and invest it every month no matter what's happening in the market. It could be going up, crashing down, or just moving sideways. Doesn't matter. You invest the same amount like clockwork. When the market is down, your $500 buys you more shares. When the market is up, your $500 buys you fewer shares. Over time, this smooths out the price you pay. It brings down your average cost per share. This simple habit protects you from making emotional decisions. It eliminates the risk of dumping all your money into the market at the worst possible time. You're not trying to be a genius. You're being consistent. That's what wins in the long run. DCA doesn't rely on luck. It relies on discipline. It doesn't demand perfect timing, it demands commitment. And that's what makes it powerful. You're not gambling, you're building, slowly, steadily, month by month, share by share, dollar by dollar. This strategy doesn't shout, it doesn't flash, it doesn't promise overnight success, but give it time and it will quietly create a future most people only dream about. It's not complicated, it's not fancy, it just works. Now, why is DCA so powerful? Because it forces consistency. And in investing, consistency is the edge. Timing the market is a game of luck, but showing up every single month, that's a game of discipline. And discipline wins. You may not get rich overnight, that's not the goal. But over time, you build something far more powerful, real, lasting wealth, quietly, steadily, without needing to chase trends, predict crashes, or make perfect decisions. It's like fitness. You don't become strong in a week. You don't see abs after 2 workouts, but show up every week, lift the weight, eat right, stay patient, and 1 year later, your reflection changes. DCA works the same way. You invest $500, then you do it again next month, then the next. You don't pause when the market drops. You don't panic when it rises. You stick to the system. Some months, your money buys more shares. Other months, fewer. But over time, your average cost balances out. Volatility stops being the enemy. It becomes your opportunity. You're not just buying assets. You're building habits. You're training your brain to stop chasing and start compounding. This is why DCA works for people who aren't born wealthy, because it removes complexity, it removes emotion, and it replaces both with one quiet truth. Consistency compounds. That's what makes DCA powerful, not because it's fast, but because it's inevitable. But how much can you actually make with DCA? Let's break it down. If you invest $500 every month for 30 years, and your money grows at an average annual return of 10%, which is the historical average of the S&P 500, you'll end up with over $1.1 million. Out of that, only $180,000 is money you actually invested from your own pocket. The remaining $900,000 plus comes entirely from the power of compounding. That's money earning more money automatically without you needing to do anything extra. This is the quiet force behind long-term wealth. You don't need to find the next big stock. You don't need to beat the market. You don't need luck. All you need is commitment. $500 a month is not a lottery ticket. It's a decision to plant a seed and keep watering it no matter what. Over time, that small monthly habit turns into something most people only dream about, a portfolio that grows bigger while you sleep. This isn't about being smart or rich to start with. It's about being consistent, because when you commit to the habit, the math takes care of the rest. You're not just investing in the market, you're investing in your own discipline. And that's what transforms slow and steady steps into seven-figure wealth. Now, what if the market crashes? It will. That's not a prediction. That's a fact. Market crashes are not rare. They are a natural part of every financial cycle. Sometimes they feel sudden. Sometimes they last a while. But they always come. And more importantly, they always pass. When you're using DCA, market crashes aren't a threat. They're an opportunity, because you're still investing the same $500 every month, but now your money buys more. When prices fall, you get more shares for the same amount. It's like getting high-quality assets on sale. You're building ownership at a discount. And when the market recovers, as it always has, those extra shares grow your wealth even faster.
This is why DCA works so well in the real world. It removes fear from the process. You're no longer reacting emotionally to red headlines or market dips. You're following a system that quietly turns fear into profit. As Warren Buffett famously said, "Be fearful when others are greedy, and greedy when others are fearful." DCA doesn't just agree with that philosophy, it makes it automatic. You're no longer trying to guess when the bottom hits. You're simply showing up every month, no matter what. And over time, those moments when the market feels like it's falling apart often become the moments that built your fortune. And what if you can't invest every single month? That's okay. DCA doesn't require perfection. Life happens. Unexpected bills, emergencies, job changes. Sometimes you just can't invest that month, and that's completely normal. What matters more than anything is that you don't give up. Missing a few months doesn't break your future. It's what you do over the long term that builds real wealth. Even if you only manage to invest 8 out of 12 months in a year, you're still making powerful progress. You're still building momentum. You're still putting your money to work. And every dollar counts. DCA is not about never missing a step. It's about always coming back, no matter how many times life pushes you off course. The people who win aren't the ones who are perfect. They're the ones who keep going. As long as you stay in the game, wealth continues to grow. 1 month missed won't stop your journey, but quitting altogether will. So take breaks if you must, but never stop returning. Consistency over time, not flawless execution, is what creates freedom. So now you know. With DCA and the power of compounding, you don't need luck, timing, or a finance degree. Just consistency, patience, and time. Now, let's tackle some of the common doubts that stop people from even starting. The first one I hear all the time is, "I'm too late to start." No, you're not. Whether you're 25, 30, or even 40, the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago, but the second best time is today. Even if you start at 30 and invest $500 a month for 30 years, you can still retire a millionaire. And if you're starting late, you can increase your monthly amount gradually. The important thing is to start now, not to wait another 5 years feeling too late. Another myth is, "I don't have enough money to invest." Here's the truth. You don't need thousands of dollars. Even starting with $100 or $200 a month builds the habit and gives compounding a chance to work. As your income grows, your investment amount can grow too. What matters is building the muscle of investing. Don't underestimate the power of small beginnings. A slow start is still a start, and it's way better than doing nothing. Next, some people worry, what if I invest during a bad market? But that's exactly what DCA is made for. When the market dips, you're actually getting a better deal. You're buying more shares for the same $500, and in the long term, those discounted shares will grow faster. So instead of fearing market crashes, DCA makes them your opportunity. Lastly, a lot of people ask, is it too risky? Yes, the stock market has ups and downs, but historically, long-term investing in broad market index funds, like the S&P 500 ETF, has delivered average annual returns of around 8 to 10%. The key is to not treat investing like gambling. You're not chasing short-term gains. With DCA, you're building wealth steadily, month by month, just like laying bricks for your dream house. So if any of these doubts were holding you back, I hope now you see DCA plus compounding is not risky. Waiting and doing nothing is. Let me give you a real-world example to bring this to life. Meet Sarah. She's a regular 28-year-old school teacher in Texas, earning around $45,000 per year. She didn't come from money, didn't study finance, and didn't have a rich uncle. But at age 28, she made one smart decision. She started investing $400 a month into a simple index fund using the DCA strategy. She didn't stop when the market dropped in 2020. She didn't panic in 2022. She just kept investing, month after month, like it was a bill she paid to her future self. Fast forward to age 58, after 30 years of doing this, her portfolio grew to over $900,000. She only invested $144,000 from her own salary, but compounding turned that into nearly $1 million. And that's not even including extra contributions or raises in income. Just one consistent habit. That's it. Or take someone starting later in life. Let's say you're 35 and you start investing $600 a month. By the time you're 60, you could still end up with over $700,000, assuming average returns. And again, most of that money is not from your wallet. It's from your money multiplying itself. That's the magic. You don't need to be rich to get rich. You just need time, discipline, and a plan. DCA gives you that plan, and compounding does the rest. So if people like Sarah can do it on a teacher's salary, so can you. So what did we learn? Getting rich slowly but surely isn't a dream, it's a decision. With dollar cost averaging, DCA, you don't need to predict the market. You just need to show up every month, invest your fixed amount, and let time and compounding do their silent magic. Now close your eyes for a second and imagine this. It's 20 years from now. You're not stressed about money anymore. Your investments are working for you. You're taking care of your family, traveling when you want, maybe even retiring early, all because you made one smart habit part of your life: consistent investing. No more paycheck to paycheck panic. No more, what if I had started earlier, regret. This is your future. Calm, confident, and financially free. Not because you won the lottery or built a billion-dollar startup, but because you understood the power of DCA and stuck with it. That's the truth nobody tells you. Wealth isn't built in a day, it's built in decades. All right, now that you understand the power of DCA and compounding, here's what you can do today to start your journey. Step 1. Choose a simple, low-cost index fund. For example, in the US, many people start with something like the S&P 500 ETF, like VOO or SPY. Step 2, set up an automatic monthly investment, even if it's just $100 or $200 to begin with. Link it to your salary date so it becomes a habit, not a decision you make each month. Step 3, commit to not timing the market. Just stick to your plan. Rain or shine, bull market or bear market, your consistency is your edge. And bonus, use a free compound interest calculator and type in your numbers. It'll blow your mind how much your money can grow if you just stay the course. So don't just watch this video and feel motivated. Take one real step today. Your future self will thank you. So here's what I want you to take away and never forget. You don't need to be rich to start investing, but you do need to start investing to get rich. The world is full of people waiting for the perfect time, but wealth doesn't come to those who wait. It comes to those who act. Start small, stay consistent, let compounding work its quiet miracle. Because the truth is, getting rich slowly is the surest way to get rich for real.